Welcome to Dial a Story with Huntington Beach Public Library. Get cozy and listen close. It's Storytime anytime. Now, each week in April, enjoy a brand new tale while our youth services team prepares for a summer full of reading fun. Now settle in and enjoy this week's story.
The Little Red Hen by Florence White Williams. A little red hen lived in a barnyard. She spent almost all of her time walking about the barnyard in her pickety-peckety fashion, scratching everywhere for worms. A cat, usually napping lazily in the barn door, not even bothering herself to scare the rat who ran here and there as he pleased. As for the pig who lived in the sty, he did not care what happened so long as he could eat and grow fat. One day, the little red hen found a seed. It was a wheat seed, but the little red hen was so accustomed to bugs and worms that she supposed this to be some new and perhaps very delicious kind of meat. Carrying it about, she made many inquiries as to what it might be. She found it was a wheat seed, and that if planted, it would grow up, and when ripe, it would be made into flour, and then into bread. She was so busy hunting for food for herself and her family that naturally she thought she ought not to take time to plant it. So she thought of the pig, upon whom time must hang heavily, and of the cat, who had nothing to do, and of the great fat rat, with his idle hours, and she called loudly, "Who will plant the seed?" But the pig said, "Not I." And the cat said, "Not I." And the rat said, "Not I." "Well then," said the little red hen, "I will." And she did. Then she went on with her daily duties throughout the long summer days, scratching for worms and feeding her chicks, while the pig grew fat, and the cat grew fat, and the rat grew fat, and the weed grew tall and ready for harvest. So one day, the little red hen chanced to notice how large the wheat was, and that the grain was ripe. So she ran about calling briskly, "Who will cut the wheat?" The pig said, "Not I." And the cat said, "Not I." And the rat said, "Not I." "Well then," said the little red hen, "I will." And she did. She got the sickle from among the farmer's tools in the barn and proceeded to cut off all of the big plant of wheat. So again, in a very hopeful tone, she called out, "Who will thrash the wheat?" But the pig, with a grunt, said, "Not I." And the cat, with a meow, said, "Not I." And the rat, with a squeak, said, "Not I." So the little red hen, looking, it must be admitted, rather discouraged, said, "Well, I will then." And she did. Of course, she had to feed her babies first, though, and when she had gotten them all to sleep for their afternoon nap, she went out and thrashed the wheat. Then she called out, "Who will carry the wheat to the mill to be ground?" Turning their backs with snippy glee, the pig said, "Not I." And the cat said, "Not I." And the rat said, "Not I." So the good little red hen could do nothing but say, "I will then." And she did. Carrying the sack of wheat, she trudged off to the distant mill. There she ordered the wheat ground into beautiful white flour. When the miller brought her the flour, she walked slowly back all the way to her own barnyard in her pickety-packety fashion. After this really strenuous day, Mrs. Hen retired to her slumbers earlier than usual. Indeed, before the colors came into the sky to herald the setting of the sun, her usual bedtime hour. She would have liked to sleep late in the morning, but her chicks, joining in the morning chorus of the hen yard, drove away all hopes of such a luxury. Even as she sleepily half-opened one eye, the thought came to her that one day the wheat must somehow be made into bread. So after her children were fed and made sweet and fresh for the day, she hunted up the pig, the cat, and the rat. Still confident that they would surely help her some day, she sang out, "Who will make the bread?" Alas for the little red hen! Once more her hopes were dashed, for the pig said, "Not I," and the cat said, "Not I," and the rat said, "Not I." So the little red hen said once more, "I will then." And she did. At last, the great moment arrived. A delicious odor was wafting upon the autumn breeze. Everywhere the barnyard citizens sniffled the air with delight. The red hen ambled into her pickety-peckety way towards the source of all this excitement. Then, probably because she's acquired the habit, the red hen called, "Who will eat the bread?" All the animals in the barnyard were watching hungrily and smacking their lips in anticipation. And the pig said, "I will," and the cat said, "I will," and the rat said, "I will." But the little red hen said, "No, you won't. I will." And she did.
Thanks for listening to Dial a Story with Huntington Beach Public Library. We hope you enjoyed today's tale. Don't forget to call back next week for a brand new story. See you next time.